Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Life. Welcome to SKTV LIP. As you join us, please help us share the show. Good day to all of you. Let's share the show, please. Good day, good day. Hello, George yawned. Welcome. See you join us. You're the first person, George. Jan Babor. Jan, welcome. See you join us too from New Jersey. Josh Yon is watching us from Atlanta, Georgia. Let's share the show, folks. Let's share the show. James Yancey, welcome. A lot of things happening today, James. James Yancey is watching us from New Jersey. Yvonne Yo. Yvonne, tell where you watching us from. Yvonne, tell us where you're watching us from, please. Not Virginia. Okay. You're asking me if I'm on vacation? Yeah, I'm chilling and all the above. Hoda Sharif is watching us from VO Road, District 17. Ibrahim is watching us live from Monrovia. Mustafa Balo is watching us from Bolaza. Where's Bolaza, Mustafa? Where's Bolaza? Mustafa, where's Bolaza located? Dorsey is watching us from Houston, Texas. Ta Kati Yoto is watching us from Cleveland, Illinois. Yeah, let's share the show first. Sorry if I haven't recognized you. I will recognize you. I will recognize you. We'll have other news here. Eric Gonlo is following us from Gawampa town. Where's Gawampa located, please? Okay. Mustafa Balo says Palazzo is located in Riverside. Okay, great. Ali Aisha Donzo is watching us from New York City, Big Apple. My man, I was in Big Apple, I think a year or two ago, man. I need to show for again, Big Apple. Big Apple, that people in city. Tumu Boniface Nelson is watching us from the UK. Okay. Folks, let's share the show now. You're part of the department, yo. To share this show here again, Monk will be joining us, Seku, Milpon. If you think this is a joke, you'll get ready. Yo, yeah, on SKTV today. We'll remind you. Whoop, I will not afraid to tell you. We the one I ever to tell. The people who can be scared to tell that one not a business. Uber will not ever to tell. Chasing Jane is watching us from the USA. Which part of the USA? USA that P country. Which part? Okay, located in Nima County. Thank you so much, Eric. District 7. Wonderful. My man greeted people on that side of the country. Mustafa, greet our people in Riverside. Please. Please and please, my brother. Greet our people in Riverside. Abraham, I don't know if you want to give us update really quick about the rest issue. Send me a message and I'll send you the link. Maybe you can pop on and just update us real quick. So you're on ground so we can hear from you, even though we hear from Milborn and the rest of the guys to give us update on the rest and other issues that are going on in the country. My people, they say the other, okay. Thank you, Jason, from Pennsylvania. All right, great. My people, the other news, what we hear in Umpa. In less than, I don't know how many more. I don't know how many more, my people. The men are stealing. Your father is that. What? You say the name is pronounced. Leave that story, man. I'm not doing phonetics here. That means we'll give myself a My brother, the way I pronounce it, you understand it. We move. I'm not doing phonetics, my brother. I will call you Yato. Yeah, the first one will give me hard time. You can create a class and teach how to pronounce your name. I'm not worried about that one. That one not my issue. We get major national issue to discuss. I'm not to learn how to pronounce name. No, I'm not into that. So I'm not reading that other thing. They will move. Yeah, they will move. Ruben Connor is following us from Ghanarsville resident. Okay, good. Ghanarsville resident. We're moving small. We're making progress. My people, the rescue train. We're building other news. They say a rescue train then. They're giving us a key by here. That's so criminal and crooks. We'll bring a story on that. They make joke out of you. Yo, feel it. Oh, see it. It's sweet for you. It's sweet for you. Yup. In fact, you're not vote for President Weah. The next actor says here, you're not vote for President Weah. I beg you, Malabrampo, you're not vote for President Weah. The next say you're addicted to suffering. You're not vote for President Weah as well be worried about you. I mean, the one that count the show and tell us the thing where you sound off for a year. I don't even worry about you. I don't worry about you. Bunch of people who say on the risk I go criminal and I also be as well be. I don't worry about you. And we told you on the show that you will suffer. Your children will suffer. And we told you, and you're causing your getting there. You don't see nothing here. As well be worried about you. I worry about important thing now. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You recharge your phones so you can call today. When you call, you must say Seku rule, a rule, monk rule, and we'll not discuss the issue. And we convince people, and we don't want your macan. You say we welcome your. All always say, I want part of that issue. When I hear BB thing before, what thing? That what thing? That those small things that will be worried about. Not picky yet. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. Your own stealing will be more than CDC. You ain't ready yet. You're barely 1 year. Your criminal behavior and all what it play that what thing. You are right. Mom, my man. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Another day. SKTV.
You already know what time it is.
Right, we know what time it is. We're ready to give it raw and
you already know what time it is. Me, I already telling you, I said, I don't care. Yes, Eugenia, then the people who vote, who never voted, should have stood up for the voters, should have come out and made their voices heard. You got team, man. All of them are the same. I'm not worried about them.
Yeah.
They sue for them. What thing has to be worried? What didn't worry me? What thing has to be worried about? I'll leave that story about. You're not here to make excuse for nobody. All of them sat on there. They who voted and knew that they put cheated or whatever, they're supposed to come out. They're supposed to speak out. They're supposed to make it known. Everybody sat on there quietly, making no there, say voting, doing that.
Everybody accepted the result is over.
Enjoy yourself. In fact, after the 6 years, you're vote for President We Are. I beg you.
You're bringing back.
You're bringing President We Are back. Say you're addicted to criminality, you're addicted to criminals and bad people. You're bringing back. We'll still be here. Me by age in my favor. I'm not getting old anytime soon. I'm not dying anytime soon. I you get issue.
Like and come and share the show.
I you get issue. Well, to them about the show will be hard, man. When we start the show, you say we not start the noise, the yo-yo not start. The show will be hard. And all of y'all who knowingly came on Facebook, whether you young or you old, and supported Joseph Boakai, shame on you and your generation. Shame on, I don't want to say it. Y'all get there today again. Shame on you and your generation. You brought this disgrace to us. You yourself, you let criminals and you addicted to criminality. I say it. We here now.
We'll see who will be vindicated at the end of the day.
Shame on you. All the suffering poor people going through in that country that you're brought on them. There is no, they see where how we blame other people who supported George Weah. And look, y'all knew that this mess, this calamity, y'all knew Joseph Boakai was a messy mess. Yeah, these are the things I'm supposed to. Sit and
the one that can piss me off the most. The one that can piss me off the most is Amaran Conan. He sits.
We'll talk about our joke later on, man.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
You're not ready yet.
Like 10 people because you think you want to create an opening for yourself in 2029. You knew what you were signing up for, and you want to be sitting and criticizing and saying some of the worst things about this administration. Is the one I can piss me off anybody.
We're bringing other news. Yeah. We're bringing other news. You saw a hypocrite. We're bringing other news. We're bringing in other news. And you know, ones will be passing around talking funny things. Yeah. The time you were crying with funny face that day, they calling him, I know, rescue. What a funny name they get for him? Rescue what thing?
Rescue nephew. No, that nephew that a niece. I mean, your nephew.
No, rescue. Rescue war room.
Rescue war room. Nonsense people.
You know better. Yo, who? I want to see somebody like what you name? What the other guy name? John. What do you name? No disrespect to people who get John name, but most of the John who I know, they're not serious. Yeah, no disrespect to people who get John name. What do you name? John Molu.
John Molu. Yeah.
Y'all say y'all know better.
Yeah, you say you know book.
Y'all say y'all know book. Y'all know better.
Yeah.
And you pass it around, you suppose somebody who you know not even can't even stand up on their own, don't even know what's going on. And you tell me say you know book, you not know book. You're a criminal.
Education is a, you know, the one thing I learned from the great Dr. Monroe, but Dr. Monroe said your education comes down to two things: critical thinking and decision making. Yeah. And your education cannot be vindicated by critical thinking and decision making. I mean, you are as worthless as the person that never went to school. That's just it. Nothing more.
You know, before we get into other news, we're waiting for the minute. You know, rescue war room. 20 minutes, you know. Look, mom, you know the thinking, the people who not know any better in the country, I don't have problem with them. But the men and the women who know better, especially the ones who live on the side, who see what it means to elect a leader, to support people with character, integrity, people with proven track record. The one who know when they say that the way how the people want for no, not the way how the people want. Y'all manipulated the people. Y'all fool the Liberian people. You're sitting there in America, you're cheering and enjoying while poor people are suffering. Y'all grab the conglomeration of bunch of criminals and crooks. Y'all brought it on the people. Joseph Boakai know that somebody we ought to rescue. When we tell you then you'll get there. Joseph Boakai know that somebody we ought to rescue. When we tell you then you'll get there with us. You don't need to get there with us. If you look at Joseph Boakai, physical morphology, you know that somebody who want to rescue? To tell me say you're not getting sense. To tell me say you're not thinking right. To tell me say y'all can aid in the bad things. Let me tell you something. Electing people or someone It's not about liking. The issue not about liking. I don't have to like you, but if you can do the job, I must. Let me say again, I must be able to support you. It's not about likability. But you pass around, and I listen to the and I listen to John Moru that time, and you know, and Bwaka is the only man that can be able to win. Who told you election is about winning? Election is about governing. It's about leadership. Back then, the Bwaka loaded somebody who was able to lead. The Bwaka loaded somebody who was able to lead. And I will hear today, we inside. And I will rub it in your faces every day. I don't care. I don't care who you are. You won't get there. Look, some of you, the good thing about it, I met you on Facebook. I read on Facebook, you will leave. Some of you, I've never seen you in real life before. I don't even worry about seeing you. You're not important. You don't add anything to me. What do you add to me? You don't add anything to me. I don't need you. You don't need me. We'll keep it moving. But I will tell you the truth in public. Just as some of you, the same way some of you stood up shamelessly and brought this calamity on us. I don't know if some of you, naturally, you are addicted to suffering and bad choices in your lives. We worry about removing incompetent President George Weah. You brought another incompetent man, Joseph Bwaka. Joseph Bwaka is incompetent. He's not only incompetent, he was the incompetent. Y'all will see. And we here. We here. Hey, ready to turn and say, oh, you cost the man, don't touch the paper, they don't touch the who told you you can kind of what do you call elections or presidency. Who tells you that Jerry actually whom we are running here? I don't care. If you owe and you know you owe, you're not going for anybody to tell you say you incompetent. Go stay that in your house and mind your grandchildren. Nobody will kind of tell you say incompetent. But when you select a job that requires you to be evaluated, will evaluate you and call you incompetent if you fit that narrative. What are you talking? And I want to be scared. When you ready, you'll be calling your stupid meeting here. And I attend no more stupid meeting anyways. And I don't no more meeting with nobody. Me and nobody on no meeting. I don't want to be on no meeting. I'm not going to no meeting with anybody again. Anything y'all want to do, y'all do it. Anything y'all want to say, y'all say. I could care less. You want to say I'm disrespectful. You want to say I'm rude. You want to say I insulted Joseph Bwaka. You want to say I don't know how to talk. You want to say I'm emotional. You want to say this. That's my issue. That's not my issue. That one not my issue. Y'all supported immoral people. And you want to talk to me about morality? You need to let you about morality. Go gauge your level of morality first. Go gauge your level of morality before you can address me. Because I will not take that nonsense from any one of you. I don't care who you are. I will reply
to you. It's all the great Melbourne. When it coming on? It's 21 minutes past the hour already.
I'm in Melbourne. I time in there, brother. I feel everybody already get it cool. They know what time it is today. We're not checking. We're not playing. No time today. I think your county show will be checking, will be something. We're not on our level today. No, we're not on our level today. We are not on our level. We'll keep it 100%. We'll keep it 100%. We'll deliver a raw today. 100%. We're not joking. We're not bouncing. We're not here to come. Anybody feel good. You now want to watch, turn it off, you go later. Or you go back to work. Or the thing what you're doing. Look, CNN here, MSNBC, BBC. Good thing is on Facebook to the different station and different places that you can go watch. You can switch it to one of the drama people then. You can switch it to something funny. Anything you want to do. Like you paying your own bill, are you responsible for yourself? But here today, we'll tell you and we'll remind you. And we'll continue to remind you for the next 6 years on the show. We'll continue to remind you. But Mark, let's get quickly to we got Abraham will be joining us from Liberia, who will update us quickly before getting to international news. Abraham, what's up, my man? Your friend is looking for current. I see you in current order. You're enjoying that country.
Thank you so much, Steve. When I enjoy you, and the flow doing I small nothing current there, so I just squeeze myself somewhere, to just show my face. It's been a while. But again, I must commend the team for the job. Well done, you brother Mon, you, the CEO, and everybody. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, my man. I know we wanted to go to international news and other news here real quick, but let's hear from you. What's the latest news on ground? What your past budget? Yesterday we had a senator on from River G, Senator Dopo. He told us that according to him, I'm paraphrasing, budget not signed yet. The thing what you did sound to the airport, I was black. No budget signed yet, as his concern. He's not well, any budget being signed. So your budget being just looking funny now. What is going on? What's going on in the town?
Well, this entire budget issue, Steve, like you directly placed it. We saw the horses, passing budget, and of course, when you interview some of those lawmakers who are there, they will tell you that, frankly speaking, there's no budget that will be passed because they feel like there's some misstep in the process, and of course, some of them was not really up to the task. When I say up to the task, when it comes to the figuring or maybe the in-home meeting of going at times, it was not proper. So some of them feel like the budget was not up. But again, it's Liberia and they move around the budget. But the meeting now is this recent press conference that has been held at the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism, where the Commerce Minister, then Chairman of the Unity Party, the ruling Unity Party, Musa, told journalists that the prices of rice, have been hacked. When we say hacked, meaning the prices of rice, the price of rice has increased, and then now it has sparked the attention of the locals, because if I am working for 2,500 and then 25 kg bag of rice, because normally people don't buy 50 kg. 25 kg bags of rice it's been sold for a price, that is on the increase, is a harm as well to the commoners. So the issue of this entire rice situation has caught the attention of the locals, the national senior. I'm even told that the president had a meeting with importers of rice in the country by 4:30. But then the details of that very soon I'll be dropping on the page, because I've visited the website of the executive marshal. I only saw a post, but then the detailed information that I'll discuss in that meeting was not being flagged out. But again, the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Commerce, and Industry, announcing or agreeing for importers to increase the price of a specific brand of rice on the local market, I brought sadness in the city, I would say, because I just did a test on my Facebook page, and of course, people from Nigeria will tell you they're buying rice for 4,200. People in Bonkan, they say 4,150. Even in most other people tell you 4,000, 3,750. So it's like it's on a high level, and that's something. That's something that the Ministry of Commerce and the government of Liberia needs to adequately respond to, because if you don't do so, you come with a rice agenda, and then seeing the local food, or maybe your country, the stable food rice is then short, the price has been increased, and of course, the Ministry of Agriculture within a budget line, like why your you can say the rest, your number one priority agriculture, then you get 1 million that you place in the budget. How can that be? So that's why some of the points you see some of the lawmakers saying that there have been no budget plans.
So you are saying Musa announced today to the world and to the Liberian people that rice price going up.
We were deep into that, and that thing, it was written, the front page Africa is a whole article written on it. The reason for the price hike, what happened to the Indian government, and the acceptor, he called it a cartel, and a whole lot of stuff. So we were touching on that.
Thank you. We'll touch on that, but let me ask you about the motorcyclists.
Yeah.
The Pepe Rattle and outer noise. What is going on in outer area? Yeah, I think Ibrahim, I'm making it. Ibrahim. Yeah,
I'm available.
So what is going on in our other department? With the motorcyclists, what's going on? Yeah, Ibrahim.
Which one? Which are the department?
The motorcyclists and other people, what is going on there?
Oh.
Yeah, Abraham, Monk. Before we get to the local news back home, my man, what say you about international news? Iran 5 days are mooning. I think they've gone 2 days into the mooning period. The election is set for June the 28th. Iran will be headed to elections. Around the world, a lot of things are still happening. What say you?
Irina will be going to the elections, I mean.
Yeah, on the 28th of June.
The news that actually caught my attention this morning was the one, people been calling for the International Criminal Court to go after Netanyahu.
Yes.
And I saw a lot of lawmakers in the US. I know certain things I said, I don't pay attention to them because it's a waste of time. I spend more time watching Cartoon Network these days than to watch the mainstream news, because if you understand exactly what's going on, you won't even waste your time, your 24 hours in a day. They got people who out there that believing that they're going to sanction Netanyahu. Like, you got to be a joke. Now they got lawmakers in the US that are saying that they should sanction the International Criminal Court. I told you the global institution, they are not set up for Western democracy and developed countries. They were put in place for poor leaders, third world countries, struggling nation, impoverished nation. Now they are telling you that they want to sanction the International Criminal Court just for the fact that they suggested that they might go after Netanyahu. It's just laughable. So the people who I see these college kids, I said it before on this show. When you are young, you think you got more time on this planet. Everything for you is an experiment. At a certain age in life you reach, you know exactly what works and what doesn't work. That's why I repeated it on this show. I said the guy was saying in America, they say if you are in your early to your late 20s, if you are now a liberal, it means you don't have a heart. If you are not a conservative from your 40 and going up in level, it means you don't have a brain. Because at age 40, it means you have collected enough data to know what works and what doesn't work. You know how to make decisions. So when I see these college kids protesting, calling for justice, I'm like, you guys have no idea what's going on in this country. The same thing happened during the Vietnam War. People were protesting. They don't know that war is also profitable. And there is a global chessboard that these guys plays on. And they just in the street, they protesting everywhere. They're shutting down college campus. They're like, pay attention to what, but I can't blame them. They are young. They are in their 20s. So you can't blame them when you see them making this kind of a move, because it's just laughable that now the Lindsey Graham of the world, the hospital telling the International Criminal Court, say, you can kiss it. When you try it, we will sanction you, because they will never ever go after Netanyahu, no matter what.
Well, my man, you never know. I don't want to count it out though. I agree with you that they
said the same thing against George Bush, that they had a arrest warrant for Judge Bush because of the Iraq war. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, but the arrest warrant might not take place in the United States or have a jurisdiction here. However, these guys cannot travel to European countries and other countries that, since that time, when the last time you saw George Bush leaving from here going out of country or something like that. So
they did the arrest Netanyahu. I want you to call me. We'll have a special session on SKTV.
No, I'm just saying it is in the realm of possibility though. No, if that arrest warrants holds, because I listened to the lawyer also from the ICC who's making a case that Netanyahu can go to the ICC or the IJC, however you want to term it as, and make his case to vindicate himself. But in the meantime, this is the right proceeding. So it doesn't matter what the US thinks or what the US says. It really doesn't matter at this point. Their jurisdiction is quite different. The same way you have NATO and other people who got laws in Europe and in other continents. If he leaves from his area and travel to Europe, he could get arrested.
Matter of fact, if you look at the people who even pushing for the ICC against Netanyahu, that would make it funny. It's only South Africa that is mostly pushing this case, because they say that, we have a apartheid system in South Africa by Western or the colonizer, and what Israel is practicing is close to apartheid. I don't see any serious country or any major power that is even pushing for a sanction against Netanyahu. That's why I make it to be laughable, because I know they wouldn't even go in that direction. South Africa alone cannot change global order or cannot move the goalposts when it comes to geopolitics in the world. Even though they are a big economy in Africa, but I'm talking about on a global stage, so Africa cannot be the one to make a major decision. If the US was to be pushing for that, or Germany, or maybe let's say of France, or any one of the major powers, or China, even China, at least they got veto power on the UN or General Assembly. Any of the permanent 6 members, I will say, okay, yeah. But South Africa, come on. Let's be serious, bro.
Well, I agree with you. Who knows? Maybe there could be bigger hands behind this thing to be pushing. You know, maybe. But again, like you said, we'll look for that to happen. We do. Hey, at the end of the day, like you said, it could just be squashed out, or the guys could just work it behind closed door and then move on with life. You know, either way, it is what it is. You know, Milborn's just joining us. I don't know what's going on with that young man, but Monk, we'll come again in La Brun part because there's a lot of other news going on there.
Clear me up to
my man,
7 o'clock from what I sit and broadcast. Yes, I know my team. Yeah, you know they're gonna pardon me, no, because right now I'm baby father. Steve, President Monk, and I will follow up. Let me say the wonderful great to all of you. Yes, indeed, what going on?
We get you.
I know I will pay the fine, but guess what? You know now I'm baby daddy, so sometimes it's never easy. So you gotta pardon me.
Don't go hang out somewhere. You want baby stunning. Go.
Oh, stop, Steve. Steve, you are always mothering. In fact, you got look. I think I need a lawyer because Steve always in a habit of, you know, making every time I do all of the effort to making sure that I get clean sheet to get good grades. Steve will just kind of put red mark.
My man, do that thing. Anyway, welcome to the show, my man. Update us real quick because we just got done with international news here, but update us really quick. What's going on in the town? What is really happening?
Good. Thank you, Steve, President Monk, and our follower, our viewers. Indeed, today is Tuesday, having to be the 21st of May. So that means the month of May is gradually winding down. So many things happening in Liberia. To be specific, the issue of the increasement in the price of rice in the market, giving a lot of attentions, and Liberians are giving their own reactions to that as to what's going on. How come now a 25 kg rice price going to be increased from somewhere around 1650 to almost 1850? What going on? Some people are saying $19. Even right now, as we speak, if you even go in the market, at some places now it's 4,000 Liberian dollars. Some places is 4,250 Liberian dollars. Then what happened in the rural areas? Like for example, because mind you, if you're buying the rice here for about maybe 4,000 plus, then I mean somewhere around in River G or maybe Lofa County, it will be around 5,000 or maybe Bapolu or Grand Mount or Riverside, it will be around 5,000 plus or maybe 5,000. So these are some of the misreactions as to when it comes to the rice price being increased according to the information that we've been getting. And apart from that, Steve, there are also other basic commodities prices that also some of the consumer, like for example, those Kobo Omane, that they are also observing that some of the chicken cartoon and so on, even the prices are also being increased. So there are they are wondering as to what's going on. How come surprisingly prices are just going up just like that? So there are a lot of misreactions to that, and government is still negotiating with the importers as to how best to find remedy to what's going on and what people are hearing, because everywhere you go now, rice price has been increased. Some places 4,000, some places people sell it the way they want to. So far so good. Steve, President Monk, these are some of the major news back home in Liberia.
What happened to the motorcyclists, cyclists, and other people who is that tension still growing? What's going on in our area?
Yeah, good. Thank you for that question. Yesterday we were expecting the motorcyclists. In fact, according to what they said to us, that in fact they were going to protest, but unfortunately we didn't see anything of such. So maybe there are some negotiations that have been going on behind the scene, but up to press time, we are here to get some information as to what are maybe they and government they are negotiating or what. But mind you, there are still tension been mapping as to what of the leadership are doing in getting some of these things done. Because mind you, most of their disagreement is about the insurance. Someone are saying that Even the national government, the police officer or some of the civil servants, they are not even in show. Then what's going to happen to motorcyclists who sometimes they have been heavily attacked? Sometimes people attack them and take away their bags. So what's going to happen? So indeed, there are some mixed reactions among them. But mind you, though, there are some of them who are also siding with some of maybe we say quote unquote or maybe government officials will say, oh yes, that's true. The government is right. Government has the right to do this and do that. So indeed, there are some feelings among them as to whether they will protest or not. We are still waiting to hear from them again as to which date that will be set aside for the protest.
Thank you so much, Monk. You've heard Milborn from Liberia on the ground, the rice issue, the increase of rice. My man, I don't understand, man. We're in less than 120 days, just 4 months. Too many noise, Jeff, from all over the place, Monk.
I don't know how people are sharing this show because there's a lot to be said here today. We stay at 138, 139. I don't know. Usually by this time we are above the 500 mark or at least lower 400. So people need to share, like, and comment as usual. But you said it right. Yesterday, rice is a very hard burning issue in Liberian politics. I posted on my wall yesterday. I said 44 years after killing the most progressive president in Liberia, is still stuck with the rice conundrum. That's why I posted. I don't know if you saw it yesterday on my page because it's just laughable that this simple thing as rice. I mean, for 44 years, we still cannot get it under control. And there are a lot of opposition leaders recently. I tell people, I say, most of the things we talk about become talking point in the media, in the Liberian political cycle, in the Liberian political arena. I listen to Simeon Freeman talking about the same stuff. I listen to Clarence Modiba talking about that the Joseph Boaga government is not ready and they are not serious for prime time because the budget alone, we said it on the show, the budget alone will give you an idea as to what the president is trying to achieve. But when it comes to this whole government, everything in Liberia is political now. We're seeing Resbear with Joseph Boaga picture on it, people making the comparison how we are talking from $17 and now it's going to 20. I saw Amin Moda classifying the importers as the cartel that is almost like holding the government hostage. So technically, I don't know what you try to insinuate if the importers are playing politics with this issue to kind of, give a negative impression of the Boaga-led administration. And it's one of the things we talk about in the budget. These things, they are sensitive issue. That's why you want to put more money into the budget for subsidies. And wherein you can cover up. But in this government, you look at 92% of the budget you spend it on yourself. How do you make progress? Now, where are you going to take additional money from? Because these are some of the reasons you got extra money for subsidies. When you cannot make up for this kind of an increase in prices, you compensate the importer so they can reduce the price. But guess what? How much you put in the budget for subsidies? 16 million out of 732, according to them, which I know they won't even come close to raising anyways. And the same thing, Joseph Boaga talked about rice. He talked about the arrest agenda, and the first letter in the arrest agenda is A, which stands for agriculture. But you look at a budget of 738 and you attribute only $5 million in a country with 5+ million people. So technically, every Liberian you guys will be eating 75 cents to the end of the year, because if you just want to do the basic math, we have more than 5+ million people, and the government allocated $5 million in the budget for agriculture. When Freeman is saying that to make an impact in Liberia, to change the trajectory of the economy, to bring about employment and public-private partnership for food security, you need to invest at least $75 million in agriculture. Then we know you are serious to move that country forward. But guess what? They allocated $5 million. It was $4 million. I think they increased it by $1 million. And somehow they want for some of us to celebrate. But we'll read that article from Front Page Africa. It's literally this thing we'll be seeing here every day. It's nothing different anyway. It's just reiterating the same point.
Thank you, Monk. Thank you, Monk. I mean, there are a lot of things going on at once. Lot of Monk. I don't know. Sometimes I don't want to say it, but it's really, really hard to hold back. Where do we start? Because the 90 days or the 100 days deliverable could not be met. United Party, some supporter of Joseph Boakai, some people who just make bad choices by nature, both in Liberia and in the United States, they knew that Joseph Boakai was not up to this task. They knew it. They know that Joseph Boakai was not able to take care of Liberia's quagmire and the problems, especially in this time where there's war around the place, increase on things. You know, when you look into America, you see people struggling, the homelessness here increase and so forth. And you bring a man who's 80 years old who cannot even sit for a long term, and you say you want to make him president. And I see people who claim to be educated and informed supporting that. Where do we start?
There is no starting point from my own observation. For as long as we practice democracy and the system is in Liberia, there will be no starting point. You see, for me, I don't know how to sugarcoat things. Some people can be optimistic. I keep saying it. I would say it 10,000 times. You can be optimistic all you want. At the end of the day, we keep saying it SKTV. You can tell you're able to predict success or failure anywhere on the planet. You see the situation like how a politician vote, the one who's supposed to be enlightened, the so-called educated. Look, we were reading Amara comment statement today. I read that thing. I was so disappointed. It's disgraceful because what Amara comment keeps saying, and he's been doing this since the end of this election. And I keep saying it. These guys gave the Liberian people Joseph Boakai to set themselves up for 2029. That was the whole idea behind Joseph Boakai presidency. They know he's not up to the task. They know that Joseph Boakai doesn't have what it takes to govern a country in today's environment. But guess what? He was branded as the most qualified, the most experienced. And now the very people that brought him, can you imagine your American talking about that they hiring their friends and they are not putting... We'll get to that anyway. I don't want to...
Yeah, but Mark, speaking about that, because we're coming to read it, we're coming so you can read it so I can interpret. Amara Kone,
yes,
who won the senatorial election in Bapolu after the passing of Chairman Nitin from the ANC, right after he won the race in Bapolu, we saw the same Amara Kone with Joseph Boakai in DC. In fact, Amara Kone and others were allegedly the ones who took Joseph Boakai to sew new suits for him.
For sure.
But yes, the same Amara Kone who keeps throwing jabs. Amara Kone was the same one who was seen on election a day after the election results came out at the, I don't know, that Unity Party headquarters at Joseph Boakai house. And somebody papi them were holding him and he said he was crying. Or I'm not sure why he was crying that day. I'm not sure what they were emotional. Because up until now, I'm still trying to figure out why he was, there's the video and the picture I see him acting like he's crying that day or what. I'm still trying to put together why he was crying because I don't get it. Was he crying because he knew the mess he was going to put in Labrampo in, like they put in Labrampo in? Because he's the rescue, what do you call it?
The rescue data analyst?
The rescue data analyst / war room B-man. So he's the rescue war room. He's rescue war room. He's senator now. I mean, I'm still trying to put this together. This Amara Kone person, but before that, Amara Kone was the one who was attributed this term in Liberia, budget shortfall. Because every year he will come with budget shortfall. In my honest view, he was one of the serious problems. So they see Amara Kone, that was crying that day again. I'm still trying to put together why he was crying. Because logically it doesn't make any sense. And I see some of the other crooked papi then holding him, acting like somebody died from him. Because normally people celebrate that kind of time, right? People are excited, everybody running to you, but he busts out in tears or whatever it is. Well, that way he chooses to go about it. So Mark, Amara Kone,
yes,
who is part of the whole squandering thing because he had a budget shortfall noise behind him from day one.
Yeah.
Amara Kone talking every day.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we got to make out of this. Are these guys making jokes out of the Liberian people and putting it in their faces? I still don't get it. I don't understand.
I wanted to go with the rest article first to get off the show before we can get to the American. Maybe we can make it the number 2 talking point.
Okay, let's get to the rest article.
The whole rest article from Front Page Africa. It said the government with no choice succumbed to importer demand amid effects of Indian government 20% tax increase. Let me see the article here. Just hold on here 1 second, and we will be ready to go. You guys hearing me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they say the governor of Liberia, through the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Amin Muda, has announced that it had been agreed to a request from importers to increase the price of a specific brand of rice on the local market, describing the industry as a cartel. Okay, rice is Liberia's staple food.
Let's go back. That was fine. You said who described who as cartel?
That the governor of Liberia, through Amin Muda,
they describe who as cartel.
The rice importers, because they are the one
that wait now. So wait, my man, our woman something that I understand anything. So United Party government call the people that who can bring rare for our people then.
Cartel.
They call them a cartel?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get that one for we'll break the news down. Go ahead, please.
They say rice is Liberia's staple food. Major importers of the commodity have been playing politics and threatening shortage if the government does not agree to a price hike due to the 20% export tax extended by India on parboiled rice. Front Page Africa has gathered that the rice importer have written to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry proposing a minimum price of $20 per 25 kg bag of parboiled rice. They argue that this increase is necessary to offset the rising cost of importing rice to Liberia. Addressing the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, regular press conference in Monrovia on Monday, May 19 minutes. So Muda disclosed that in February this year, the government received a communication from the rice importers citing several previous communications addressed from the past government, requesting an increase in the price of the local, on the local market from $17 to $20. According to him, the importers claim that a 20% surcharge is being levied on the commodity by the Indian government. India imposed a surcharge on parboiled rice, which has impacted the price of rice. Additionally, the rice importers cited the war in Ukraine and issue in the Middle East that has also impacted the freight, insurance, and the timing of rice delivery. Following the request, Minister Muda disclosed that the government requested a 3-month grace period for the rice importer to assess all issues surrounding the need for an increment. Minister Muda said that the government request was intended to ensure that the right decision was made for Liberia. We also negotiated with them, that our priority is to reduce the, Muda speaking. We also negotiated with them that our priority is to reduce the cost. If we are to consider all the issues they raised to increase the price of the particular rice, we obligated them to ensure that there were several varieties of rice on the market that would be sold for $16 or less. They committed to do so. According to him, the government also emphasized that rice production remained a priority under Joseph Boakai administration to promote food sufficiency during his meeting with the importers. Can you imagine? You called them cartel, but when they went to the meeting, he said that Joseph Boakai promised them that he will bring about food sufficiency in Liberia in their meeting. I don't know where the investor got to do with that, Minister Muda added that while the government and importers agree on the 1675 reduction from a 25 kg price of rice, the ministry was verifying the fact supporting the importers' request for an increase to $20. He said the surcharge was increased to about 24% on parboiled rice, which led to the rumors of a shortage of the commodity in the Liberian market, contradicting the government commitment to ensuring no shortage of basic commodity, including rice. According to him, importation permits were given to additional importers to prevent a shortage of the nation's staple food. During this time, we also, in our effort to ensure the Liberian participants in all sectors, granted the IPDs to 3 or 4 new Liberian enterprises to expand the importation of rice. Minister Muda claimed that the first consignment of rice under the Unity Party government arrived in April 22nd of this year. Since the importation vessels bringing rice face constraint at the port, causing importers to incur extra fees of shortage. According to him, the ministry is currently working with authorities of the NPA, Liberia Revenue Authority, and the APM terminal to address the situation. Our team has broken down the cost of rice, solicit invoices from India and other countries to invited distributors to bring in new importers so we can supply rice at a competitive price. It is difficult. It is a difficult process. The rice industry is like a cartel. So far, we have not been able to get any rice at a competitive price. Okay, the reason for the increase verified. I don't think we need to end this article. I think the most important part is already at the beginning.
So this article is, in a nutshell, all the plenty thing you read.
Yeah.
Let me make it simple for all. First thing, Joseph Boakai called the people who can bring rice in the country. Muda called them cartels.
Yeah.
The same cartel, according to them, they went and had a meeting with them.
Yeah.
In the same Article 2, the same cartel that they are talking about, which Joseph Boakai and Amin Modade calling out to the Liberian people. But at least they ain't come to no agreement. So bottom line is the rest press up in Liberia. And
yeah, the thing, what he's saying, the reason concerned to be a cartel, he feel that they are playing games. They reach out to them to maintain the particular press that was already in place, and they asked for a grace period. But now the importers are saying that it just, don't forget, it's not all the rice, it's just the parboiled rice, the long grain parboiled rice, right? That's the most important one that comes from India. That's the one. And they are the importers are saying that, oh, the Indian government increased the surcharges on the importation of rice, and there are other global economic activity that might impact, like the war in Ukraine and other things, whether it's in Israel or Ukraine. You know, they got the same food. India is one of the major exporters of rice in the world. I think maybe, I don't know, next to China, and the US is one of them as well when it comes to export. So they are saying that the Indian government is increasing taxes, or levy on the rice production and the export. But they believe that that's not the case, that these importers are playing games with them. So that's why he called them a cartel. A matter of fact, they have gave licenses to other importers so that the prices cannot increase, but still, they are still increasing the prices of rice. So they are behaving like a cartel, because we are doing everything. Maybe we will help to subsidize the rice, and we give them more import licenses, but why you cannot bring the price down, and now you want to hold the government hostage? Because this is not the government, is the importer telling them, say, you know what, we are increasing the price because of what the Indian government did. And they believe this particular increase is not coming from the Indian side, from the Indian government side, that the cartel, the rice importer, playing this game to create artificial shortage just to increase the rice production, or importation.
That's so wait, but there's a way to verify if the Indian government is doing it or not. So can the Liberian government substantiate the claim that the Indian government did not increase the surcharges, or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah. But what he said, they reached out to do an assessment on the Indian government side of the story, but they are citing other constraints, like when the length of time they spend at the port to offload ships. They're talking about working with the authority, and it just so many things to this one rice issue, just so they can increase the prices, because for them it's profit making, and that's the name of the business. So that's why he keeps saying the importers are operating like a cartel, because they are bringing a whole lot of different constraints just to justify the reason why they are hiking the price of rice. So it mostly both domestic and international, that is coming from the Indian government side. And matter of fact, it got something to do with other events happening around the world. You know, Ukraine too is a major producer of wheat. So they're talking about consumption constraint and all that. So, but the government don't believe that. They believe that the importers are just playing games with Liberian people. That's what they believe.
Well, that one I want to hold in there. Because Joseph Boakai then were running when the whole rice press thing increased. So that's not strange thing. Joseph Boakai wanted to be president when the war in Ukraine happened. So they knew all of these things. So I don't want to buy all that excuse. They knew about the port situation. I don't want to get into all of that. My only thing is, Monk, do you think there's a way out of this thing? Because increasing the parboiled rice, which is maybe one of the favorite rice in Liberia, that our people eat, I eat it, increasing that price for the next few months or so forth could create some serious problem for the government. Just even the headlines when you wake up in the morning and see them.
You know,
it's trouble.
I will make this statement. From today is Tuesday. I will give myself to the middle of the week. If I can get any positive news about Liberia from now to the end of this week, I will take a sabbatical for the whole of this week and not come on the show. Because I'm just so sick of and tired of giving negative information about a country that you cannot find anything positive about. And in the same article, when you go to the very end, another thing was the idea of subsidies. They want to subsidize the rebel. I remember that is saying that because this guy operate like a cartel, he's not even going that route, but giving them a 75 cent subcharge on the rice just to maintain that, just to make sure that the prices are minimized, right? Because he said they play the same game with the previous government, and he said if we give them or 75% surcharge just to maintain the current price, it will cost the government $9 million in subsidy. And it's the same game that the previous administration played. And guess what? This same cartel, which literally saying that they are criminals, they still increase the right price. So even if we get into the subsidies, they will still find a way to increase the price. So I'm not even considering the aspect of subsidizing the price just to make it, to maintain that the price stays low. No, he's not doing that. So if they're going to increase the price, so be it. But he's not giving them subsidies, because these subsidies have been given in the past, and every time they are still negotiating and they playing game. These are one of the main reasons they call it a cartel.
But Monk, I don't get this though. Why must every government be faced with the same thing? Why the government cannot design a long-term strategy to mitigate or to stop this rigmarole road? Because we've been on the road before. Let's be honest. This is not a mutually exclusive thing. In that sweater, I thought the most experienced, going to hit the ground running man would have had a plan in place. It seemed like he himself does not know what's going on. He walked into the same thing. So, I mean, at this point, I can't blame the rice importers or, people who are involved with this business. I can't blame them, because there should have been strategy designed from the get-go. Just reacting into this, and that's what happened. So, I don't know. What say you? There's no long-term strategy or long-term plan to mitigate some of these things? What's going on?
Well, even if you have a long-term plan, I don't know. That's why you have to make a future investment, you got to make a payment into the future. I don't know of the president's arrest agenda, because looking at the amount that is placed there for agriculture, you know that he's not serious. And that's what Simon Freeman said, you are not serious for building. You are not ready to start a job. Either you don't know the job or you just don't know what to do. That's just why it is. Because this thing been going on forever and forever. Like I said, it's been almost how many years? 44 years. The previous government played the same game about subsidizing the price, and every time these guys will come by, the importer will always find a way to nickel and dime the government. That's why Moderna is calling them a cartel, because it's like they keep holding the government hostage. When the government try to find solution to the international side, they will start making case about constraint on the domestic front. When the government want to address the domestic front, they take it back to the international side. So it's a game, and they are the one, you can get it. You can get import permits all you want, but there are only a few countries that will be able to supply that particular brand of rice. So they believe that, okay, we can play that game and get extra money from the government. So Muda is saying that it will be tough. I mean, we'll get hit politically, but when it comes to the subsidies part, to maintain that we stick with our agreement and keep the prices of rice lower, I'm not playing that game anymore. Because even if I give them the $9 million, they will still find a way to come back out. So I don't see any long-term plan for now.
So you believe that there is no long-term strategy to
no. How can you want me to believe that there is something the problem when I'm looking at the budget? I cannot see any new strategy or any idea for, let's say, food security or making a substantial investment in agriculture. How can you make the case? So it means the cartel or the rest importer will just keep milking this government as every opportunity given, and there will be nothing. It will be the same old cycle.
So you're trying to say nothing was budgeted to mitigate this situation, basically. Yeah. So that's why.
Except for the subsidies, it's all the government could do. Now, even the subsidies, it reduced substantially. And Muda is saying the little amount he got in the budget for subsidizing, he's not even going to play that game. He's not doing it. So then where is the end goal?
But this takes us back to this takes us back to what you said. I said to the BBC that Labro can feed the whole world and self-sufficient. So how do you reconcile those statements?
Yeah. Well, that's a contradiction. That was a political statement. You can say things for politics, but the reality will come back to haunt you. I don't know if you cannot even say if you can barely or keep the price of the staple food in your country down. How can you feed the whole world? I don't know. He was speaking figuratively, but you know that it's not even logical or feasible. It's a feasible thing to do when it comes to rice production in Liberia. And Simon Freeman said something in his statement on the SKTV. I mean, not SKTV, but OKFM. He said, he was talking about Nigeria, how Nigeria increased their rice production. In cocoa, Nigeria was a major player when it comes to cocoa production in Africa, mostly Ghana and the Ivory Coast. But Nigeria had diversified in her agricultural portfolio that now they are some of the biggest producers of rice and cocoa, and they will soon be on path to rival the likes of Ghana. It's all about idea and investment. And in the case of Liberia, that is, you can make the argument for that because the agriculture budget alone will take that. Nothing that's pure comedy. It's fun. We are not ready. And that's what Moda is saying. The little amount we got here for even subsidies, I'm not going to take that risk to give them free money. So I don't know.
But then what say you and other Liberians about all the criticism that the United Party had when President George Weah and the CDC ran into the same thing, and it became a big issue, and they claim that they had a solution to it because they've been there before. They understand it. What say you? Is this politics as usual? Is it that these guys are liars and they're deceptive by nature? You know, sometimes when you use the word liar, people get offended or whatever it is. The truth about it is a liar is a liar anyway. So I'm not worried about what kind of word you choose to use. If you say I use the word liar, that means I'm insulting somebody. That's your opinion. You can stick to it. I don't have a problem with it. But when somebody tell me say the sky is blue, when I know the sky is not blue, they're lying. Me now I know how to say it. When I was growing up, they taught me how to say it. The person lie, the other person lie. All the other extra thing that is so more. Were you guys lying? They were being deceptive. What would you say?
Well, I don't know if it's a deception or it's a negotiation strategy, because Modana is saying that the very 9 million I should be taking to give to the rest importer, and they will keep playing the same game. I might as well give it to the local farmer and the local producer because it will be an investment. Because let me tell you, it's not like we are doing anything better. All we are doing, he was just giving them free money that every time they want to increase the price, they go to this meeting, he subsidizes them, right? And Moda is saying that if you were sticking to the agreement from the past administration because you were subsidized before, right? But now you sort of maintain the price supposed to be stable. But every time you get these subsidies, and still you keep hacking the price, so there is no difference.
Yeah, but why if let me play devil advocate here? Why if the importers did not receive the subsidies that they had on the previous government? Why if this government play hardball and refuse to give them the subsidy that they had previously to maintain the price at a certain level? So we got to tussle and tussle too. Maybe on the other hand too, again, maybe I'm using the word maybe here carefully. Maybe on the other hand too, the new government came in, they don't want to do things as usual. They want to get a free ride so they can put money in their pockets. So the man said, no, you're not going to play us. We're not going to take the fall for you. You're not going to drop the ball on us, and we pay the extra fees or whatever it is. Then you'll keep moving and keep making yourself feel fine. So if y'all want for us to maintain the same rate or the same deal, then let's renegotiate it. Let's come to the table. You'll give us the 9 million or whatever it is President George Weah's administration was giving us. We'll keep the rice price at the same level. What do you think? Because I don't think they just were going to just hike the price of rice. I don't think they just did that deliberately. Quite honestly, because they will be losing to that business here. So why, if that's the case, Monk?
Look, I don't know. I don't think that's the reason. That's why he said they operate like a cartel. Because the thing is, they are trying to hold the government hostage and try to be political in this whole situation. He wants to negotiate better prices, but government, they can say government is continuing to the high agreement in the past before, right? He's saying every time we give you subsidies, you do the opposite. You come with so many constraints, both domestic and international, and at the end of the day, you're still going to have the price of rice. So the logic here is, if you cannot stick to the bargain or maintain previous deal that been in place, then why should I keep giving you millions of dollars every year for subsidies when I know you will come back again and come and sign some other Ukraine situation, or maybe the Gulf of Eden, how the rest, there is a security issue when it comes to importation, surcharges at the point. Where does it end? So it means the importer themselves are the one playing the game there. They are the one holding the government hostage. So
you really think so?
Subsidies.
You really think so?
Well, that's why I would want to believe on the otherwise order, because I don't know why he would not want to. He knows the political ramification when it comes to rice issue in Liberian politics. I don't think he will want to just withhold subsidies because he want to play politics. He understands the game. Moda is a businessman. I agree with him 100%. But on this issue, I think there are more to it. In there. That's why he described it as a cartel, because they are operating like a cartel. You don't find solution to one thing and then you find another loophole to exploit money from the government in the name of global constraint or domestic complaint, whether the ATM terminal at the time it take you to offload your goods and the fees that they put. No, you go to this agreement, you find a solution, and the government play her fair share. You can't be removing the goalposts in the middle of negotiation. And that's why they are doing that. What he said, you are operating like a cartel.
Okay, well, It is alleged today that the press secretary for the president spoke today and said the president had mandated rice importers to not increase the charges, to not increase the prices of rice. We'll see if that holds, because one thing for the president to say one thing. In fact, the president announced someone what you can take.
An F7 from this article, right? Because
the president announced someone what you can take his word, even though he's an older man, but he word and announced what you can take. Just so for that'll all be on the record. You can't take Joseph Boakai word for anything. Like in other words, don't trust him. Don't trust him for nothing. Nothing. When you say one thing here today, go double check it and make sure. So whatever the press secretary, and the press secretary also, no disrespect to her, but she has also been misinforming the Liberian people. She has not been saying the truth. So that means other than that, the scene 6 and 7. So let's see first what will happen. Go ahead, man. We got to see what will happen.
Let me just give you a quick, Excel of this very article. With that speaking, we did our calculation. Even if we give the rest importer a 75-cent surcharge per bag, which amount to 9 million a year, our recommendation to the president, which he support, is the amount should be dedicated annually toward local rest production. So Moda is saying that the 9 million per year shouldn't be giving subsidies anymore. She go to the local farmers. Minister Moda squared that with the amount the government can empower local farmers to produce rice instead of giving money to importers. So from $20 US, we have made a hard decision to increase the price to $18.50 starting tomorrow. In our discussion with them, this is predicated on the continuation of the duty imposed by the Indian government. So they are saying, okay, if you want to use the duty imposed on the Indian government, that will start with 1850. You can just jump to 20. He said the government will not hesitate to reduce the price of rice following a reduction in the surcharge, subsidizing of other global factors, and a reduction in charges at the free port and shipping agency for the benefit of the citizen. So it's not like the government is not willing to play hardball, but the cartel is just doing too much, and they see it as a way to nickel and dime the government. Like I said, they are not sticking to this bargain, and they are just trying to take another route. That if I'm going to be giving you $9 million, then if I'm going to give $9 million to local farmers over the course of 6 years, then I think that will be your investment that is worth it than just giving it to this importer. That's why they're saying literally. But some people saying that Moda is trying to bring her own importer so he can get in the permit and they can make money behind the scene. I don't know about that as for now, but I think from a logical standpoint, I would want to buy into his argument that they are operating like a cartel for true, because the constraint they are giving is just too much, and the government will not be able to subsidize all these constraints. We can handle the one domestically, but we cannot control international or global politics. We don't know what will be the next hotspot, whether it might be in South Korea or North Korea. We cannot tell how the global map is going to play out. There's something behind his control. Moda cannot tell the Indian government to reduce prices on exported rice. I don't think that's his job.
Yeah, we are in a compound complex situation here. On the other hand, also, it's alleged or reported that Gregory Coleman, the police IG, they're requesting what? They're requesting 6.3 million to be able to run the operations, the police operations, and take care of other things. Monk, what is this? They just passed budget, but then they according to the article that's here, they submitted a loan agreement to the Ministry of Finance. So I don't understand, Monk. What is this? I thought the security apparatus should have their own, but why are they requesting another loan?
Yeah.
And why are they requesting from the Ministry of Finance? Where would the Ministry of Finance get that 6.3 million to be able to get in loan? How does that work?
Look, Steve, if you really take your time and go through our budget, you will realize that the services that these guys render and mostly compensation. Yeah, they got it big when you look at all these sectors. Let's say compensation alone, 297 million. Oh, goods and services, 90 million. At the end of the day, they all become payroll. They all go to work payroll. So when you look at the execution of their duties, when it comes to the logistical aspect, that's when, look, a matter of fact, your chief justice got betting words recently. Everybody want their fair share of the budget. If you got your chief justice or associate justices making requests that they want additional money, why the police cannot request? Maybe they got all the tax to take on and it beyond payroll, so they want extra money. The same thing, I know the DA will do the same thing. If you're going to be fighting drugs, okay, yes, the government are able to allocate certain amount of money to fight certain things. But equally so, when it comes to the execution, the day-to-day operation, maybe you might need more logistics, and most of the money go to payroll. So people want money for serious issue. So if Gregory Como and the DEA believe that they need more resources yet, they can make that request.
But Monk, you know, it's hypocritical. It is hypocritical. I know you share this Amos Tuer stuff, but can you elaborate on Amos Tuer also, his situation here? Monk, can you take over?
Hello? No, the Amos Tuer thing, it was just a Facebook post that people were messing around with. He was trying to play politics. He posted on his page that for the first time in post-conflict Liberia, the Georgia government on Saturday formally added onto the already worsening economic hardship of our people. Our people are going through by increase the price of rice for a 25 kilogram bag from to 1750 from US 13.50. When the CDC took over in 2018, the price of a 25 kg bag of rice did not exceed $15. By 2019 to 2020, the WIA-led government introduced policy on rice subsidies. It's the same thing. And that is just a justification of the Moda thing. Yeah, you promise to reduce the price, but over time you've been nickel and diming, or you've been increasing it little by little, incrementally from $15. Now you want to go to 20. So the idea of the subsidies, even though Emoto are trying to play politics by saying that we honor government rice prices increase, but it's the same thing. It will increase in the Joseph Boga government now. The question is, how do we find a solution? And the solution is yet to be found. That's just where it stands at when it comes to the rest issue, because it also increased on WIA. So all WIA government doing was just subsidizing them every time to do it. He gave them extra money, and Moda is saying, no, we got to find another solution. We got to take another path. It's not, because it will keep increasing no matter what. Because the subsidy is to mitigate the increase in the price. So if you're going to keep increasing the price all the time, then there is no need for the subsidies, because whether I give it to you or not, it won't change. So Moda is literally saying, I need a long-term solution, because this way is not a feasible way to go. It's not strategic long-term.
Yeah, but Mark, so these guys have been hypocritical. So let's go back in history. On December 5th, 2022, Amos Tuer, who's right now the Secretary General, at the same time he's at LPRC. Look at what he wrote. When the same rights business thing came up. This is exactly what Amos Tuer wrote. You read it, right?
Yeah, I just read it. But you can go ahead and read it so you can get it for the second time. Sometimes.
So I just don't understand, Monk. This same thing happened under President George Weah. United Party people pounced on it and they ran around with it. And so I just don't get these little games that you guys are playing on a daily basis. And you know what's interesting? They're playing it at the expense of the Liberian people.
Oh, for sure.
They're fooling around with the Liberian people. You know, sometimes, Mark, let me be very honest with you. Sometimes I can't want to blame them for the deception. I can't want to blame them. You know who I want to blame? I want to blame our own people. I'll be very honest with you, because you would get a caller or somebody calling on the phone, whether they support George Weah or whoever they support, you will get one of these people rushing out here and calling on the phone and telling them, and the Liberian people are resolved only United Party. Like, people are addicted to criminals and criminality. Like, they got no trust. They're in. And let me say this. Maybe before we get into other factors and other people such as Amara Kone, Darius DeLong, Yomli Kanga Lawrence, Prince Moyi, James Barney, Prince Johnson, all the other Jeremiah Kun, all the people that keep bringing criminals and recycling people with bad characters into the Liberian politics, because that's what they believe. Let me say this. Let me just be honest to all of us. This is not a spiritual problem. There is no swear, there is no curse behind Liberia. I just want to make sure I'm clear on that part. Nobody swear Liberia, nobody curse Liberia. Nobody. There's no swear, there's no need to go sit and say, let's pray for the nation. Just start wasting your time. No. You know what the people need to do in the nation? The people need to rise up. They need to stand up to these politicians and the foolishness that's going on. They need to. That's all they need to do. They need to man up. They need to get some balls. That's what they need to do. They do. And until you can stand up and rise up to the politician, you will continue to be in slavery. You will continue to suffer. The men are riding BB cars. Imagine Dylan get 100,000 and change in your account. Just sit down there. And when you talk and say, oh, then some of y'all need to come from America. Even when you even write that statement or make that statement and say y'all need to come down to and something, you are a slave because you're waiting for another man to come and lead or chat. I'm looking at somebody who, you know how many times I eat the money? Do you know how many times? Do you know how many food I refuse to eat? Do you know how many food I've eaten? You haven't eaten and you want to come tell me something I can't rescue you? You crazy? Something wrong with you? Something gotta be seriously wrong with you to be waiting for me. Who pay my bills on time? I'm speaking on your behalf to empower you, to help you, to open your eyes so you can stand up against those criminals in the country. So you can stand up to your lawmakers, stand up to the president, stand up to other branches of government and let them do the right thing. And you call me and tell me, say, I need to calm down, to can't lead the charge. You are a slave when you say that. You still got slave mentality. You're waiting for people to come free you. You'll be waiting. Jesus moving from heaven to come free you. Yeah? Jesus coming. You're going to be praying in the chair, be shouting and be making noise. God coming down for Labrador, can save Labrador. You're not serious. And some of you not 10, 40, all your hair on your face gray. You're not serious. You are not serious. That means so leave my job. The one I'm saying, yeah, it can empower you. That means so can empower you so you can go join the same criminal there for you to kill me. The one I'm saying, yeah, if they not empower you to stand up, don't stand up. Look, not only that you will be in slavery, your children will come and be in slavery. Your children will come and be in slavery. 4 or 5 generations. Some of you are not take by on a shower till you die because you got people that who not even supposed. People that use you're staying in line in the sun in the rain to go and vote for them. For them to come steal from you. And when we tell you then you get there, you're sitting there. You're sitting there. I come in. You know I come in way. You know I come into Labrador way. I come into Labrador with the whole U.S. Army for all to come move, for all to come hold the government accountable. That will come away. Hey, you're not get sense. You'll be there. Our only deal here is to let you know the facts. Choose whatever you want to do. You want to sit down and cry. And I encourage everybody. Let me say it to the people who in Labrador, to the people who are in America. Let me say it to you. Let me say it to our sisters and our brothers in America. Let me say this to you. Let me be very honest with you today. Please don't waste your time. If you get your money, put it in your 401k, put it in investment on the side.
Buy your stocks and your coins. And your coins.
Don't waste your time. All that go for me and that contribute to the one. Don't waste your time behind it. Let me tell you something. The more you give them money, the more they sit down and the government make them slaves, and they don't want to hold the government accountable. Let the government take some responsibilities. You think right now, you think that we don't want vets. You think we get problem. Okay, your problem. Ain't no time for go for me. With the people, depending on the people in Liberia, for us to the people in America, you need to help us. Help you with what? You got a government that you elected. You pay taxes. They pass a budget that will make them to get more money in the pocket to support their girlfriends, support their children, support their wives and their husband and their family. Then they get a family, then job in front of you. You got nothing to do. But they're waiting when election comes, they tell you, they say you might go stay in line again, go vote for them. And you tell me, say, I'm going to spend my hard-earned money and give it to you for you to enable your stupidity. Y'all will stay long inside. Y'all will stay long inside. Y'all be praising, worshiping, and y'all be making excuses for them. You know what? I love the politician in Labrador. And you know what? I'm on the politician inside. Y'all continue to enslave them. If I want to pass the budget, Joseph Parker, I know what you go post something in the budget for rest, for agriculture. What you go post something in the budget for? What you go post something for agriculture? What did the people can see? They can see nothing. They can't read the budget. They don't do nothing. They don't hold you guys accountable. Why can't they stand going forward? You know what I will do? I will press the politician there. Or I will press Dylan there. I will tell them the thing what they're doing is so good. They're doing a marvelous job. It's sweet for our people. When you move on the next time, you'll put your life together. You'll put yourself together. Mom, go ahead. You're like criminal there now. So I will press the politician in here. I beg you, yeah. Me, I'll put politician.
I know my sedition, but you see that's the problem in Liberian politics. Everything is all political. So even if you try to do the right thing when you're on the other side, it's supposed to be wrong according to them. Because my position on the rest issue now and the whole thing that the importers are playing game now, they're saying that are on Unity Party side today. But that's the reality. Nothing changed. You want to play.
Yeah, but you go for a government. We want a government side.
Yeah, you make your choice. You went, you were the one that went and you voted. And that's one thing I agree with you, Musa Bility. Musa Bility said, I'm not here to speak or fight with the executive. We went to an election, we gave you an option, you make your choice. That's not my job. Even though my district is part of the country, but I'm here to represent the people that elected me and I believe in my leadership ability. So I will serve them the best way I can in my capacity. And he was right. We're not going to keep fighting people for no reason.
More. If the rest price go up, and you not get money to buy the rest, go make cassava farm.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear anything out here. Go make farm. Y'all lazy people there. Go make farm. What are you getting the hard time for? Joseph Baka will sleep sound. We don't want to hear anything from y'all. In fact, you know, I want to take it back today on the show. I want to apologize to the lawmakers. I want to apologize to Joseph Yuma Boakai. I want to apologize to Siane Yo. I take it back. I'm very sorry. I didn't understand the Liberian politics, but my eye open now. You know, I'm in full support of y'all, and you guys are doing the Liberian people job. The job they call you to do, you are doing it. In fact, when any lawmaker come on the show again, when I get critical question again, I will all hail you. Look, the way I will praise you, the way I will praise you, that will teach a lawmaker and I give some more money. I support the government. I'm not here to fight government. If I say anything negative about this government or any other government in the past, I'm sorry. I take it back. I will work with the government fully. I will comply. In fact, the rights press, they hacked in the rights press for the past few days or the past few hours in the country. The government is not to be blamed. The government is not to be blamed, and the citizens need to sit down and listen to government. This rights press that has increased in the country, the government got nothing to do with it. You don't blame Baka. Baka got no. This is an age-old problem. Look, our ancestor then they fought with it here. That Baka Soro can't just say.
I know, After
44 years. Stico.
You give this government chain, let the government sit down. You understand? You give the chain, sit down. In fact, to Senator Dopo yesterday, I agree with all the countries you call. We are very sorry, me and more on behalf of me and more on the show because me and get a simple birthday. For probably into the other countries, we take it back. The countries that you reference, in fact, we'll follow the model, and that's what we're going to do going forward. Monk is up to you.
Steve, Monk, 30 seconds, please. Steve, I'm a little bit confused because you are the one that always encouraging me. Say, maybe, you know, the people we gotta be on their back.
My man, I'm sorry I wronged the government. I'm very sorry. Look, I don't know who misled me. I'm very sorry. You know, Melbourne, y'all who decide to be in opposition, y'all will live your entire life in opposition.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all will suffer. You get for government.
Steve, let me tell you, my brother.
You know, I mean, I want to say honestly.
Go ahead, Memo.
I'll discuss our government going forward. It will not happen.
Yeah, so quickly, Steve, you know, you are right. I sense the frustration and everything because one thing over and over, sometimes it's like you already know what you're doing and you agree to what you are doing. Like, joking today, I was sitting somewhere and I was telling the people that I said, I don't know how come Liberians are so happy in their poverty. You happy in your own poverty, even to the extent that even the rest increasement. If you go on the internet, you will see people who from the rescue camp, they are also finding excuses as to what maybe rescue people go buy the rest for $10. And the other people go buy the rest.
Maybe I heard say you know a couple of motorcyclists. Motorcyclists them. Tell them what and I'm saying it to the government. You know the Howard truck we pack it since Joe we had in town when we disrupted a couple of protests. We have cleaned it up. The past weekend we cleaned it up. We feel it with enough. Look, if you know anybody in our group that is planning any protest attempt on our people, on our government that we have elected, look, if they walk out protest peacefully, we'll get them peanut butter and bread. We'll not get a problem with that. But if they misbehave, the Howard truck will take them. We'll make sure we use the Howard truck. Look, any attempt to create disruption into this new government, I mean, we even sit down there here for 6 months. What's your problem? What's your problem? Y'all leave us alone. Monk, I'm saying it to you. I know you work with SKTV, you work with the other men on the show. today, officially, I'm taking my position. I'm not going to criticize government. I will work with government. No, my man, government is for the people and by the people. What are you talking? I will in America, yeah. I get leg in my house. I get food. I can choose right now what kind of food I want to eat. I can go get in my car right now, go buy something to eat. I can switch TV channel and watch a football game free. I get AC blowing. The man who in Liberia, who not get food to eat, is still walking. Come on the show and cost me for saying that they should stand up. I'm supposed to stand up when he? What my own? My people have been wrong in the government. I want to confess to the government. I'm sorry.
You know the same sentiment our people express when the show is going on their live feed, the comments. It's the same way the people back there is how they interpret things. One of the listeners on SKTV, I will keep his personal information, confidentiality reason. There's what he wrote. I sent it to Steve. I sent it to Sekou. He said, "Good morning, big brother from my end." He's a chief political commentator. Having heard your presentation for a little while, over a year now, I must applaud you guys. I may appreciate you guys are doing a very good job on SKTV show, True FM Radio, Born Minds, and the hosts and other stations like bro. You guys speak directly to issues affecting the country and not for or against any government. Back then, I used to feel that you guys were targeting CDC and Josh we are. He said, I feel to say that you were totally against former President we are. Later they I know realize that you guys were against everybody for bad governance. He said, in respect of those who became president, my kind regard to you, specifically to the CEO of SKTV and the rest of the prisoner SKTV, keep doing what you do. So I wanted to call him back, but he was there. I was like, so you think that when we come to the show, talking about politics, about which side? So realizing that, it's the same thing when you get called about situation. When you get called about going against CDC, everybody thought you was never on a political reason that it's out, the shoe was on the other foot, not knowing that it was something he was doing genuinely, that even the people that he brought to power, now he can go against them. But they never grabbed that concept initially. That's what he was saying. And
good. So, so indeed, Mr. Mark, to just add to that, sometimes, when we sit on the radio, people we classify some of us as SKTV communist people every time. We see a lot of messages, insults, and so forth. But like you just said, my brother, these are things that we can be telling some of our brothers out there. We say, we are not here for any political party. We are not here for any individual. We are here
for the government.
Liberia. But the way some of them, even like my brother Steve was saying, they were still, but I come in just because of you now still, as I receive a lot of messages now, just because of you declaring your support today for government, I start receiving messages.
Officially, I declare my support for Joseph Yuma Boaka, the rescue team and unity. Anything I say against the rescue team, I'm very sorry.
Oh, no, this is going to come on.
I forgot me to
come for rescue.
Lawrence, I know that all of you are coming tag team me or triple team me or whatever you want to. I don't care.
Good evening, thanks for being part of the show. Even though I've been late because I'm trying to fix things. We're trying to fix things. But see, let me be frank with you. President Moore, good evening to you. How is the U.S. hiring team? My friend and brother, Mabel hiring team, my man. I know. Steve, for your information right now, I know you're going to the government side. I want to chew. But right now, the 25 kg bag of red is here for $3,850 Liberian dollars. Gasoline is.
And guess what?
Yeah.
If you think you're going to afford a record, if you think your gas is too expensive, walk. What are you going to do? You walk in the one.
So we're facing team. The rescue team is here, and I know, Steve, things will get better. Even though you're going that way, that's your right. That's your right. Nobody can infringe on your right. I know. My brother, I know that you're compliment all of you for look for so that
Steve, let me ask you this question. I want you to be on the record because these SK people don't play game there.
Yes.
So today you are officially crossing the eye to the Unity Party.
Today I officially crossing the eye with the government. I have left the masses because the masses is with the government. Until the masses can stand up against government, I will government. I will agree when I will agree on. So what thing I've been getting myself, I want to fight government. I get resources, I get tools, I'm not able, my brother. So let me make it official here, my people. In fact, tomorrow, I will write on my Facebook page, I'm officially a member of the rescue team. You think this is a joke?
Member. Last week we were on a show and Steve said anything that you're going to cross over. You see, oh, my brother.
It's funny.
Your Allah cross over.
Look, that man myself will going to discuss behind the scene.
Okay, I know.
The scene where government, the scene where government negotiating with arrest importers. Now, how my brother myself will talk behind the scene. If it can hold, then I may for true that my brother cross over. But let me just tell you this today. I can still remember once upon a time, Steve was one of the strong supporters of Senator Darius Dillon.
Yeah.
Steve, am I lying?
I supported that group.
Good. So you brought so you yourself too. You also brought in Lilo, that are also corrupting the Liberian people,
most definitely
stealing from the Liberian people, that are also treating Liberian people the way they are. So if you cross over, then I mean, then you carry all of us, or in fact, what kind of crossover ceremony are you doing?
And that's why our conversation tonight as brothers, me and you, will be very candid. And I will have to explain. I can't go against the will of the people. You know, in Liberia, we say the will of the people are the will of God, right? There is no scripture that says the will of the people is the will of God. No scripture in the Bible that say that. The scene where there is no scripture that says everyone help those who help themselves. There's no scripture, right? So we're going to have a conversation the afternoon, you and I. And I will be on the record. I want to say the reason why I'm following the government is because our people, that's the kind of thing that they like. Come on. If that is what the people like, who am I to go against the people? Who really think about? I'm not frustrated. I'm not mad. I'm just saying I'm going with the majority.
Yeah, you stated the obvious.
Exactly. So say the majority came with what's going on. Say our people that they kind of like the life. Why must I go against the will?
So it means Steve going for lesser evil. Brazil more.
Yeah, the man gone. The man left us here.
Yeah, no, we'll face Steve.
Oh, you can't blame Steve. You come and Lawrence, you know, you can't blame Steve at times. It's more than frustrating. You come on this show, you give the information as it is. The people attack you, the presenter of the information, than the people that are causing the main problem in the country. That's why I can't say any word than what Steve is saying, because the city ability say, hey, look, elections have consequences. People knew exactly what they were voting for. They knew what they were getting into. They have options. Not even options, but options. Now one candidate, not two candidates. There were more than 10 on the ballot. They decided to go with what they got. So the very people that even brought the rescue train are saying the worst of the worst. So who is Steve to come be playing? To come be fighting against government. Government got more resources. They are the one calling the shot. They're not going to call Steve and myself or Sekou when they pass in the budget. They will not be calling Steve and myself when they're talking about putting. Can you imagine? Let me give you the typical example. What Clarence Moduba was talking about. You talk about agriculture. Agriculture is like killing two birds with one stone. It could create more employment and it could provide food security. And you don't need too much of a physical labor or particular skill to get engaged into agriculture because it's a labor-intensive industry. If you're going to pay 129 million in your budget just to service debt, and you look at 5 million and pull it in the country's budget for agriculture, then who are you? Think about that. You don't get food in your house that you're paying debt to the tune of $129 million in debt financing. And agriculture that could take more people from poverty. The senior Freeman said, you could take more Liberians out of poverty by investing more in agriculture. The least we should be putting agriculture to be at least 75 million. But guess what? They put 129 million just to service debt of the country and put $5 million in agriculture. We ain't ready yet, bro. So no this Steve. I read there's people across the art. And that's just not for community. I don't want to be waiting on this show. I think we all joining the government at this stage.
Sekou, welcome to the show. How are you? There was a breaking news here today. You are not here, but how are you and how do you feel? What's going on?
I feel really good. And I was laughing in the back like crazy. But it is interesting that by the time Kimo Monse he to cross it.
You know, they got, let me tell you, I mean, they got a lot of teachers for Joseph, but one other teacher, a green teacher, and he red teacher on the picture laughing. I think that teacher will start wearing it.
Yeah.
So, so actually, I enjoy the show. I'm still enjoying the show. But the reason why I'm coming on here is to make sure we have Steve on record.
Yes.
Because I remember not too long ago, Steve said that if Cummings announces that he will run for president 2029, he will be on the team.
Yeah.
Now today, Steve is on the rescue team. Just as during the election, 1 minute Steve will be leaning towards the Liberty Party, the next minute ANC, the next minute CDC. So I don't want to make sure Steve is on record this time around. Are you seriously with the rescue team?
Yes, Mr. Kane. You know that good thing. Yeah, you know that the good thing about me, I have said until Mr. Cummings announced, right? Yeah. The truth of the matter is Mr. Cummings has not announced that he wants to be president, right? However, I see a fit at this time, at this stage, to support the government's effort, to buttress the government's effort, because if you really look at it for you, our people that what they want, that what they're used to, that what they like. Who am I to fight what the people want? So I'm just making it easy for all of us, truly speaking, in all honesty, to work with our people about what they want. Mr. Kane, we sit on here, we discuss the issue, we point out the ills in the society, they do nothing, they say nothing. The ones who will call on the phone, they come and tell you and I that there is only two parties in the country and we're wasting our time. We're tired. Mr. Kane, me are tired, talking tired. So let me just join them. Let all be there. The day Cummings and make all the man say they want wrong, then I can evaluate my until then. I'm being very serious. I am with the people. Our people are addicted to suffering. They let to suffer. Me, I won't be part of it too. I don't want to get a government at time. Look, I don't want for a government again. I beg the government. I won't say it to them, Mr. Kane. I beg the government. President Joseph Yuma, you are following the show.
Let me speak for me.
You have done well. I'm with you.
So let me speak for me, Melbourne and Lawrence, because Sekou Kruma, I don't know about him, but I can speak for me and Melbourne and Lawrence. We are the neutral body, and so we shall remain. If Joseph Boakai does the right thing, we applaud him. If he does the wrong thing, we will hold his feet to the fire. We don't care. The rescue team, the working on team, we don't care. If he does the right thing for the Liberian people, we will applaud him. If he does the wrong thing, we will hold his feet to the fire respectfully, but we will not let him off the hook. Let them get that clear. Steve-O, Mongo, all of them can go there. We don't care.
We'll defend government.
Us, we will make sure that we hold the government feet to the fire. So listening to you guys today, I was laughing so hard, and I couldn't hold myself. But I can tell you, Steve, do you know that you people that say when I work on you, you people.
No, I don't care.
People will not welcome you. I don't know whether you need their approval or not.
No, I don't need their approval. To be honest with you, Mr. Kane.
But they will not welcome you. They can start cursing you right here.
No. I'm just working for the Liberian people and with the Liberian people. And I want you
let me tell you why one you people call me. High profile person. Sekou, I used to follow your show. Your show is very, very, informative and, educational. But say you brought that boy there. I said, which boy? See that bright one? That bright boy. Okay, yeah. It make him be insulting the old man every day. I said, make him insult nobody. You see, because that guy there, he doesn't care about old age. He think everything is politics. The man from Lofa, he doesn't respect the paper from your own country. every day, me cursing the woman, say, me not cursing nobody, and nobody on SKTV cursing anybody. I said, you guys are addicted to SKTV because of the fact that we always present the facts. But if it doesn't go your way, you know, you take it personal. So, Steve,
yeah,
you and Monk, I don't know about Monk, man, but you and your new rescue train,
Yeah.
Your rescue train, you enjoy your rescue train. Me, Lawrence and Melbourne, we will remain on our neutral, ground with a neutral body. They like us, they are business. They don't like us, that they are communicating. We move.
Okay. Well, we on a team until we can hear from my commitment to support Alexander.
No, I want to hear from Melbourne and Lawrence.
No, because why you making it nine? I just
I want to make sure we want to see pay. I want to see pay.
No, when Steve, you said what you wanted to say, and when we admire you, we applaud you. In fact, we will congratulate you. Allow us now to speak to now.
Exactly. So, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Sekou, you are saying, I'm not sure I say 100%, and that's just the fact. No matter how things go, we will remain the way we are, we will remain neutral, we will continue to observe the situation. If it goes right, when Steve do better, we will praise Steve then. But if they storm their toes, we will criticize them. So Steve, I want you to be aware of that, so that when I bring news about Liberia, don't say, no, maybe we're coming too hard. No. Then we'll get proper. So we want to say congratulations to your new one. And another business month, because the best thing was serving. Because there are some majority of people, sometimes some places that will be going, other people don't want to go there. So thank you so much, Sekou, and we remain as best Arab.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got to make it.
Steve and President Moore, I'd like to say congratulations to your new home. We hope and pray that you guys will do the best for the country. We appreciate you guys for crossing over. We'll be in prayer with you people because we know one of these days I will come back home. So thank you very much.
I'm crossing over yet.
Okay. So Steve, Steve, thank you very much for crossing over. Yeah, Steve, thank you. The man going to the Lova Papa. Thank you, Chief. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not taking calls?
Yeah, let's take some more calls from Melbourne. You want to take 1 or 2 calls from
or maybe Lauren can open the line.
You want to take 1 or 2 calls from our people?
Lawrence, if you can do it, do it.
Okay, yeah. Let me see what I can open the lines from my end here in Lower Bond County. 0778 25 50 50. 0778 25 50 50. 0886 02 13 02. 0886 02 13 02. Those are the numbers you can call and be part of the SKTV show right here. Today is Tuesday. This person is on the phone lines. Let me see who is here. Good evening, Yanni. Where you come from? Yeah, good evening, Yanni. Where you come from? I'm okay. Your name? You call me from Kawa. Let me hear you quickly. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. You make your point already. You're gone almost. Let me take this person on this line 2. Let me see who is on the phone line. Good evening, Yadim. Where you come from? I'm okay, Yadim. Your name is who? Okay, Mr. Smith, let you quick.
Yes, we support the government, but they come to the real issue. There's a need of the real issue I want to stress on. The increase on the real issues, the very big thing. Government to now and for and again. Our government going down, wanted to do that, or they really got to work on the real issue. Just because of the government to try and the government ministry to find ways to try but the government to afford, take margin to the work by resin and market by
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. You make your point. This person is online too. Let me see who is on the phone line. Hello, your name, where you come from?
I'm sorry,
your name is who? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you say your name.
I'm sorry, calling for
okay, Mr. Kamara, I hear you quickly.
I think you want
Thank you. Okay, this person, line 1. Let me see this person. Okay. Oh, I love this caller. 077-825-5050, 086-02-1302. This caller is on the phone lines. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Huh?
Hello, your name, where you come from?
My name Musa.
Your name, Mary who?
Musa.
Okay, let hear you.
Yeah, I love all the station. For that station, I ground Musa Bility. I need to advise the background we're coming from. Even at the end of the person, I'm talking about political. You should respect the president. The background, don't need a political people. But you should advise that he gets elderly people.
So what is station doing?
I'm not stopping you not to criticize, but he should advise. He should criticize, but he shouldn't abuse.
Thank you. Yeah, man, nobody can abuse. Yeah, nobody can abuse on the station. Thank you. Nobody can abuse. Omar, you make your point already. Yeah, thank you. Nobody can abuse on the station. 077-825-5050, 086-02-1302. You're going to be live on the show, the SKTV show. This caller is on the phone lines. Hello, your name, where you come from? Okay, you joined from Fire, so let's hear you, Chief.
When it comes to the rest issue, the rest issue is the hardest security issue. It's a security commodity in our country. So I think our government needs to do everything to address it appropriately. Right now, there were 700 business have been made in the rest issue to our area. Yeah, you have a fire scene. People getting the rest 4,200.
4,200. 4,200
is a serious concern. Thank God we are hearing it that the president, in the meeting today, the president rejected the increment, and I think they will address it appropriately. But you see, that the former minister said there's a cartel. It's a big old age thing that the inputters, anytime new government can they get away to a situation. The past government get $11 billion at the end of the day, they still increment in the rest. Don't know, and this issue needs to be solved by our government.
Thank you.
We need to see how bad we can see to start making fun in this country. The government needs to support agriculture.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. You make your point. This person is on this line. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Thank you. So my name is Abu S. Ola. I joined the nation from District 5 Masorado County.
You say your name again?
Abu S. Ola Saleh.
Okay, like you, Chief. Go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. You see, sometimes I feel so frustrated when I listen to level-headed Liberians supposed to, the asset when you're discussing that you're looking at the that refugees have made to say they have committed any crime by taking a decision. I mean, people that war has blessed people like you should be able to come back home, see what you can do to impact the lives of ordinary Nigerians. Sitting on the platform, criticizing, talking, it's not helping nobody in this country. We have listened to a lot of talks.
Thank you.
We listen to it. Now, we need people, that will be intentional about the we just sit on the platform, we talk, provoke that.
Thank you, my brother. You make your point already, Chief. Thank you. We wholeheartedly appreciate you. This person is online one. Okay, I lost his caller. Let me see who is it. Yeah, Chief, you make your point already. I'll take 2 more calls and go to the team in the US. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Hello,
you say your name? You called me from where?
From Cornwall.
I hear you, Chief. Go ahead, quickly.
The problem I got, but it's one of those that is people. I heard your friend asking, you were one of those support of down
Thank you. Yeah, Chief, thank you. Like the man political right. You get, yeah.
No, this is not political right. It's supporting the Lord and the point that really spoke and they agree. Then you come back to your show, you try to perform and you regret.
Thank you, Chief. I'll take this person, the last person. I'll go to the team. 0778255050 086023002. Those are the number you can call this evening. Be part of the show right here. Yeah, it's a meeting to 8 o'clock. 086021302 0778255050. You can call. I'll take 2 more and go to the team. Mr. Kana, you are listening to the callers. Okay, let me take this person. I think the live person here. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, good evening. Your name, where you come from? You called me from Gannattville, LPRC. Let's hear you, Chief. Thank you. My brother, thank you. You make your point, man. Thank you. Well, Mr. Kane, it's all yours.
Steve.
Well, Mr. Kane, I listened to the call-offs. I want to appreciate all of them. Let me say this. I never say I regretted supporting Dillon. The only thing I said is Dillon is a crook, and he has proven to be a crook. If you were to bring Dillon and Thomas Fala in front of me, I will support Dillon over Thomas Fala. You hear again? I'm clear about that. Will I support Dillon against anybody else? Probably no. Would I call out Dillon and muster the courage that I've mustered? I supported Dillon. I was all in for Dillon. Dillon blocked me because I called him out. That was Dillon. He unfriended me because I called him out. That was another issue to me. I don't get a problem with it. I am not a sycophant. When you do wrong and I support you, in fact, don't pray for me to support you. Because when I support you, I will be the first person that will point out your mistake. That the kind of man I am. I don't support and go praise. I don't do that. I don't support in-person worship. I support you and I hold you accountable. So when you get my support, it's general to say you get something hot in your hand, you do what is right. If you don't do what is right, I will be the first person to identify it. Delon can move from here over there today. Because I call him out on the show, I call him out in public. I'm not going to call him behind the house to call him out, no. Because I know I supported him. So the Delon issue is on it. The man who say, well, and they not welcome me on the train, they don't welcome me, they don't welcome me. My brother, I'm not waiting for your welcoming. Because to be very honest with you, nobody on the train, nobody know you, nobody know your name, nobody ever know you. And the person who created the train, they can listen to us. That you not nobody know. Who know you? Who know your name? So put your $1 on your phone car and call. We hear on us. But for you to say you welcome me on the train or not, I want to worry me. I'm on the train by 5 by 4. In fact, I'm a big ball on the train.
You already get ticket.
I'm a big ball on the train. Like, somebody who don't even know what's going on the train. Like, you'll be discussing. Because kind of my only reaction there, and I get problem with nobody.
So let me ask you. You said if you were to put Delon again, you will against T5.
Against Thomas Fala, if you put Delon here, you put
no record of calling both of them out for being corrupt.
Yes.
So why choose Delon over T5?
No, I'm talking about back then though. If I'm saying now,
okay, if history is to repeat itself today,
I will not support either one of them.
Okay, now you're talking.
Oh no, there is in no way, shape, or form I will support Darius Delon for anything. He has shown who he is. There is clear, and Darius Delon listening. I can't support Darius Delon to even take care of chicken. No, I can't support him. Because first of all, Darius Delon has proven to be arrogant, ingrate, disrespectful, and a serious crook and a liar. So there is no way I can throw my support behind. As I don't know who you are.
You're on a rescue train, then about you.
No, but on a rescue train.
The man is a rescue uncle. So the man almost
no.
They really one of the owner of the rescue train. So
you see that the problem with the rescue
train, then you got to respect all of them.
No. I'm on a rescue train for Joseph Boakai. That president, I'm on a rescue train for. I'm on a rescue train.
One of the president?
Yes, one of the president. Look, let me tell you something.
What about your own man, Yomli?
Let me tell you something. No, I'm not on it with her.
Your own woman now on it with her again?
No, I'm not on it with her. She or Delon Benny. I'm not inside with them. Okay. I barely left both of them. I don't worry about them. I call Delon. Hello, Mr. Kane. I'm on a rescue train because the Liberian people fully support the president and the president's vision for them. So when the president put $10 in the account, in the budget, and said that $10 will go for road for me, that the $10 I will support. What the Liberian people say? You see the Liberian people vets? They say rest price go up. You see them vet? So what do you? I can happen. Exactly. So I will be with them. So that our leader, I can for a leader.
Yes. What say you about the people's reaction?
Hello, you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing about politics, and that's where Steve exemplifies himself when it comes to the political limit. And he's right. Just because you support somebody don't necessarily mean you should play quarterback for them on everything. And that's why what people don't understand. The one you support should be the one you criticize the most because you gave them your support. You were the one that pushed them to public office. So why would you want to play defense for them, even though they're not doing the right thing? And Steve is right. Knowing what I know, if we're to relive the past, there is no way I can take Thomas Fala over Darius Delon based on that record by then. But when you want to make that same decision, no, I don't think so. You might as well stay neutral in the process because Delon has proven to not even be worthy of the support that we give him from the senatorial election. So Steve is right. It's the same thing that happened on the show. People call and they wish an attack against you that giving them the message and the platform to be able to make better decisions than the people who are actually causing them the problem. So the question is, at what stage will you put an end to this nonsense? You got one group of people who will come here, even though that Georgia is a failure, but believe that because Joseph Boakai is failing, so Georgia is the savior. Like, it's not a normal society. The country cannot be normal. Maybe we need like I don't know, Steve, how you call it in your social service. Yeah. Not only trusteeship, but I'm talking about a psychological re-evaluation. Maybe it's
okay.
Because on this planet that I live, in no logical society that you will compare two losing variables. or two losing entity. Okay, I will agree that the rescue train is not on the right path. But is that a reason even I consider a Georgia? Which normal or rational people think like that, even though Georgia himself was a failure. Who does that? Because all you see on the internet, during Georgia time, why? The rest were starting point was $15. On him, it came to 17, the same increment, whether you like it or not. They were the one giving the most subsidies, and still we keep getting the same result over and over and over. The thing here is you don't have a long-term plan. And you would think that people will be beating themselves for saying, you know what, we made a bad choice. But yet they will come back to defend two failing entities in CDC and United Party. So I can blame Steve for his decision. It's just easy that even a caveman could do it. It just doesn't make sense. It's not rational. It cannot happen on anywhere on this planet, with the exception of Liberia, that you are Maui with the Joseph Parker administration. So somehow Georgia is a better option now. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Liberia is a sick place, man.
So almost all of them, both parties are going in cycle. Before George Weah took over, rest price was between $13 to $15.
Yep.
So George Weah took it to 17. And then the Unity Party was saying that George Weah, was the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. But now that they made it at 17 and have taken it to 18 and going towards 20, now Unity Party, CDC to come in now saying that the guy, I mean, it's the same increment. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Or differences between the two. You guys are both the same.
Yeah, they are the same.
So it is shameless on the part of any citizen to come and celebrate, thinking that Jola Baga is showing earlier failure. That means that is a vindication of CDC, of the CDC government. You both failed. That's why a lot of people said that you were not the options. You are not the best options for the Liberian people. You are just proving the people's right. They say, well, we were not the best option. In fact, throughout the CDC government, they were always making reference of the Unity Party. But Ellen did it. But Ellen did it. But Ellen Joseph did it. Now Unity Party not saying the same thing. So we are did it. CDC did it. So we are did it. Is this how we're going to be living throughout our life?
Yes, because Mr. Kane, that's how and that's why I settled for both. Because you know what happened? They're irresponsible group of people who don't take no responsibility. They play the shifting blame, and so I got to call it unless you guys don't. I want to.
Yeah, we can do that. But before we do that, let me just make this statement real quick.
Please go ahead.
In as much as George Weah was a mistake and one of the worst things that ever happened to Liberia, Unity Party is making things difficult for us to even make a comparison with George Weah.
Sure, that one is the fact.
Because George Weah came in, the rice price did not change right away. It did not increase right away. It took some time. At least George Weah maintained some control for the past 1 or 2 years. I mean, for the first 1 or 2 years of his presidency. But Joseph Boakai seems not to be in control of anything, Steve. That is the irony. That is the worst thing. That's the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. The president is not in control from day one. And in less than 4 months in his presidency, the country is going downward. The country is unstable. The government is unstable. People are going head to scatter like a bunch of beheaded chickens. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Everybody just confused. And then you have the other people that sacrificed and you know, deceitful elements are there, telling people say everything's okay, the government is on the right trajectory. What kind of country is this? I don't want to say that, Steve. Take
Thank you. Let me take this call real quick. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Good afternoon, Steve. And let me say good afternoon to Sekou and Monk, and to the viewers and listeners. My name is Pastor Jerome Cummings. You know, a few days ago, I think it was last week, I called on your show and I said our problem is not the elections, it's the system. The system of a group of crooks, who continue to find themselves in the corridor of power. And once they are around, you will have a real courage. You can dress them, put them in an ANC, dress them, put them in whatever political party, you still have a real courage of the same thing. Let's go back to the early days of the 2006. 2006, few days after inauguration, a group came into the limelight called Sinker Trading. Sinker Trading started because Alan Brown's father contributed to made a contribution, huge contribution to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. They were given the opportunity to import rice into the country. The first major import, Steve, was rotten rice. That was under the Unity Party-led government. Their first major import was a rotten rice, or rotten rice. When I went to interview Alan Brown, and I came back to talk about it on the radio, I was told to stand down because people in the very circle of the place I was sitting are shareholders in Sinker Trading. So when you have this system, or this group of people that build a system to break that system, you have to have innovative thinkers who will not be prepared to work in that system. So our problem is not really the electrics. It's a group of guys like your good friend Delon that you fired apart with. A few years ago, I told the George Local, I said, the man you promoting, if they ain't made power, lay me down and beat me. I said, because this brother and Yombi Kanga are not people that you will speak close to and they keep friendship. He said, Mr. Cummings, I said, look, I've been around for a little while. Maybe you just come into the game. So our problem is a system, group of guys that will always continue to surface. And Steve, this is just the beginning. It was on your show the other day when Musa Bility lied that I was the guy fronting for the ANC Global, soliciting money for him. Big lie. So we're not going anywhere now until innovative Liberians wake up and say, we got to change this prevailing trajectory. Our problem is a system, a group of crooks who got wealth, some means somehow, but will always find themselves, when they move from that system, Steve, they will come back to become legislators. Only because they want to build a chain that nobody can break. But it's up to the Liberian people to come out of their slumber and say we can break this chain. Until you find these guys in the power of in the corridor of power, you still have the same thing over and over. That's what happened to Sinker Trading. They pulled Fuda Corporation on. They were having problems, and they said he was sidelining all these guys that were importing rice. But her people she brought in, the first major import as anybody, 2006, was Sinker Trading. Alan Brown, who wanted to be president of Liberia, was rotten rice. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mr. Kane. I don't know. I think we'll leave it there for today on a 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Yes. The only thing I wanted to say before we leave the show today, I want to say thanks to our callers. Thank you so much to all of you who have called. You know, it's a good thing that you can call and express yourself. We'll be on tomorrow. In fact, we are getting unconfirmed information about the whole helmet business. What in behind it?
Oh.
We'll discuss those tomorrow. And even the rights business, there is something behind it. We'll talk about it tomorrow in depth because we want to gather the information and have the facts before we can go any further with it.
Man. I hear that. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, folks.
Tomorrow we'll do it. We'll talk about the American stuff as well.
Hold on 1 second. Well, before we go, there seems to be a breaking news here. Honorable Abraham S. Kroma, I got a letter of resignation here. I don't know how true this letter is.
Wow.
Tomorrow we'll read this letter, a letter of resignation from Abraham Kroma, LDA, Director General, Liberia Minister of Justice, LAR. You're listening again, Abraham Kroma. From what we are getting here, we seem like Abraham Kroma, we don't know how authentic this letter is. We'll verify it and we'll let you guys know.
You following Imaya Gongwe?
We'll see here. And I can read it where it says quickly, Monk, before we go. Honorable Abraham Kroma, I'm writing to inform you of my decision to resign from my role as Chief Public Relations Officer, PR, of the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency. So the PR for Abraham Kroma is resigning. We'll go into it tomorrow. And we'll find out what's really going on. So he was a spokesman for the LDA, but it looked like he's walking away. We'll talk about it tomorrow, Monk. Monk, any parting comment before we leave? Monk, are you there? Yeah, any parting comment before we leave?
Well, I don't have too much to say. You know, I love listening to Mr. Cummings sometimes when he called. You know, he been the broadcast journalist thing for a very, very long time. And he got first-hand experience and interacted with most of the players in Liberia. My thing is, we have a system in place. We got bad actors, we got bad players, we got a corrupt system. But we are only given one opportunity every 6 years to change that bad system. So if the system is not going to change, as for the people who are making the decision, then the question is, why is the way forward? Because literally what he be saying is, the people want to make better decisions, but because there are so many bad players, they are yet to see something of a good governance. So to make a better decision is going to be a tough thing. Right? That's the idea. Because some of the people you claim to be having integrity that mean well for the country, that's supposed to mean well for the country, when they get there, they become corrupted by the very same system. So technically, if the system is broken, and the people who should be making a change to a broken system cannot factor who's going to be the better person, then it means there is no end goal for us. There is no path for Liberia. That's why he be saying another term. Because at the end of the day, every 6 years we must vote. So if nobody there to vote for on ground that everybody will try before they keep giving all the same result, then you can just kiss the country goodbye. That's just what it means. And we don't have a military to take over Liberia. So we'll keep it there for today and tomorrow. We'll also talk about the American letter as well, and that he post now a letter. And a lot of things, because if you know, it never ends in Liberia. Every day is something strange, every day is another story. So
no, it never really ends. And that's where we are stuck with this quagmire, because it never really ends. And that in itself is a problem all by itself. But like you said, you know, we'll hang here behind here. We'll talk and we'll go from there. Thank you, Monk.
All right, man. Take care.
Yes, folks, thank you. Have a good day. I got to run myself. Thank you for the show. Thank you for following us. Thanks for your support. We'll be on tomorrow.